Alright guys, I'm going to review a video called Don't Allow Your Life to Be Controlled by These 5 Things.
Don't allow yourself to be controlled by these 5 things. Many people spend their life at the mercy of circumstances, living at the mercy of what happens to them, living at the mercy of other people, not living in the present because they're stuck in the prison of their past. If you want to live a great life, don't allow yourself to be controlled by any of these things. Number 1, your past. Number 2, other people's opinions and judgments. Number 3, limited beliefs you project on yourself. Number 4, relationships. And number 5, money. Number 1, don't allow your past to control your present or your future life. Whatever happened, you must let it go.
The problem with this is that people watch these videos, I guess you could classify it as a self-improvement, self-help video, and they believe that they can improve their life by listening to this a little bit sort of dramatic music. Just these words, when in reality, if you've experienced trauma, then your biochemical state has changed. Your body literally is just different, and that's why you keep thinking about the past. And really the only way you can in any way change that is by eating raw meat, drinking blood, and so on. Literally just eating what you would in nature to literally chemically repair your body. You cannot think about this and listen to music or other people and go to a psychologist to change that.
Leave the pain of your past behind so it cannot ruin your future. Leave the darkness of your past behind.
It's generally, of course, good so-called advice, but it's just that you cannot change it like this and you cannot talk yourself into it.
So it cannot block the light of your bright future. Your past is gone. Whatever happened, whether unjust, cruel, harsh, whatever the case, reliving the events will never do you any good. If someone did you wrong, the only way you can win is if you let go and move on.
The past and the future, they don't exist. Generally, there is no such thing as time. I have a video called Time Doesn't Exist where I explain that it's a pretty complicated topic and you have to be quite intelligent to understand it. But basically, we are here now and there is nothing else. Everything else is in your head. The past, the future, it's thoughts and imaginations. But again, you cannot change it just by thinking that you should live in the moment. When you start eating naturally, then you start living in the moment.
If you live in hate, they win. If you live in the victim story, they win. If you want to win, you must focus on building your future and start right now.
You shouldn't focus on building your future. You shouldn't think about the future at all, really. Of course, we do here and there, but not the way he says it. The way some people have their whole life planned out and all of these goals they want to reach.
Release that weight from your back so you can be free. Don't allow events from the past which are now gone to ruin this moment, which is perfect. This moment, which is now to enjoy, which is ready for you to live fully. Number 2.
It's great words, it's just that it's not so easy to actually do that. Imagine somebody eating a cereal for breakfast, then a kale smoothie, and for dinner some super overcooked chicken. They're never gonna feel really good and they're always gonna think about the past and the future and have all of these regrets and whatnot.
Don't allow other people's opinions and judgments to control the direction of your life. The need to fit in and feel wanted can cause you to travel down paths you don't want to.
We naturally want to fit in. We don't want to be alone. We want people around us to like us. If you're a guy, you want women to like you because of your looks, obviously, for the most part, to be attracted to you and you want to procreate. That's normal.
Travel. People pleasing is a curse that should be avoided at all costs. Before you do anything.
Yes, and it's usually caused by insecurities. You want to be accepted by everybody.
Ask yourself, am I doing this because I want to do it? Or because of my fear of judgment from others if I don't? You were born unique for a reason. You were born to stand out, to be appreciated and loved for who you are. Don't dim your light so you fit into the dull background of other people's lives. Shine bright as you are. Those who really care for you will see that light and shine
He sounds like some Christian preacher.
with you. Number 3, don't allow your life to be controlled by your own limited beliefs. Now, a warning with this one. These beliefs may be conscious, but more than likely, they're unconscious. They may be unconscious limitations that have been conditioned in you from a young age and throughout your entire life by listening to those around you who never reach for their own dream. Notice your own limited beliefs and tell them to shut up. There is nothing you cannot do, nothing you cannot have, and no one you cannot become if you believe in yourself.
Okay, that's not true whatsoever. I don't know what he means by becoming somebody, maybe a career, but focusing on a job is going to make you miserable in the end, seeing as it's not what you actually naturally want in life. If you actually want to change who you are, your character, and even somewhat how you look like, then again, you gotta eat raw meat and eat everything else that's natural. It really is the only way. There are people who actually really change, and that's because the chemistry in their body changes. You won't change yourself by listening to words on a screen.
If you believe anything is possible, guess what? Anything is possible. When you change your belief from limited to unlimited, your potential is
Okay, many things are of course not possible. A simple example of this is an ugly short guy wanting to be together with some celebrity or some girl he sees online, has a crush on, or even somebody in real life. Realistically, if she is pretty, she's never going to be with you. What can I say? That's just the reality.
Imagine what you could achieve if you lived your life as though anything is possible, as though miracles are a standard requirement of every day. As the saying goes, when there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no.
Again, very good words as such, but empty words because they do not help. Yes, of course, you should not see an enemy in yourself. And when it comes to your looks, if you look in a mirror, then you should also not see an enemy. Accept who you are, more or less. If you can't do that, then everybody else will seem like they are your enemy, and that's what ruins your life. But again, it's very hard to change if your looks are terrible, for example, and that's mostly really what this is based on. He doesn't talk about it, but that is just nature.
When you have nothing inside holding you back, there is nothing outside that can hold you back either. Your entire life will change the very instant you decide to change your mindset. The instant you decide to see everything as a gift. When you decide to see every circumstance and challenge as a blessing rather than a curse, the very instant you become...
You shouldn't see any bad circumstance or challenge as a gift that's sort of twisted. Just stick to reality. And again, these are great words, but as long as you don't change the chemistry of your body through food and medication also, as in you should stop medication, then realistically, you're never really gonna feel euphoric in everyday life and go out, enjoy the sunlight, and really just see life as a gift. It's not that simple. You can't listen to this video, eat a grain-based diet, or even be a vegan who eats Beyond Meat, not get over 15 micronutrients, and then feel like this. No, you gotta live naturally. You can't eat unnaturally, but feel natural. Makes sense.
Conscious to the fact that everything in it is as it should be, and know that fighting what is insane. Number 4, relationships. A touchy subject. But if you are always needing another to be happy, to feel complete, then you are always one moment away from a break.
Incredibly wrong. This is actually the worst point of the video. All humans need naturally, firstly, for people to be around them. We are born with our family around us, and then nowadays we find a partner. Of course, nowadays the relationships are terrible, but that's a whole different topic. And if you're lucky enough to find one partner for your whole life, ideally when you're still young and have a family with them, then you will have a happy life, as long as you also eat naturally. This is what you need naturally everybody, especially when it comes to wanting to look attractive, it's because you want to attract a mate. Everybody wants to be together with somebody else because in the first place they want to procreate, they want to have children. This is naturally built in us. We cannot change this. And it is impossible to be happy alone. This is such absolute nonsense and ruins people's lives. If you've had a breakup, for example, and feel miserable, that's because you are alone. And the last thing that you should do is work on yourself, as a lot of people say. No, the first thing that you should do is find somebody else as quickly as possible.
Down if that person leaves you. Or unhappiness if the relationship you are in is not going well. I'm not suggesting to avoid relationships. There is no force on earth that is greater than love and connection. I am talking about those who can't live if they are in a relationship.
He says that love is super important, but then again he says that people who are not in a relationship should still be able to be what? To be happy? But love is so important, I thought.
Those who will be with just about anyone, including all the wrong ones, just to avoid spending a moment being single.
Okay, yes, that is of course correct, but that's not what I'm talking about.
What I am saying is to develop enough mental strength that you get to the point where you don't need others to make you happy.
That's impossible. That's human nature. We need to be together with other human beings. And if you've had a breakup, what I was talking about before, and you have an urge to be intimate, if you understand what I mean, then it will come very quickly afterwards. Again, that's because you want to be together with somebody as quickly as possible again. And if you don't have the drive, absolutely, by all means, don't do it. But realistically, it will come pretty soon afterwards. You could be completely broken up about it, and that's normal, and maybe it will even take some weeks. It's just that it's advised to be alone for many months or even years, or to be single and just to sleep around is going to make everybody miserable.
You are just as happy being alone as you are in a relationship.
That makes absolutely zero sense naturally.
And number 5, this is what controls the majority of humans on the planet. Can you guess what it is? Money. This does not mean you shouldn't want a
It's funny that he shows the US dollars when he talks about money, seeing as money is only an idea and doesn't actually exist. That's just paper with man-made symbols on it. It has no meaning naturally.
abundance. It doesn't mean money is evil. You know as well as I do what great things you can do and how many people you can help with money. What this means is do not allow your decisions to be controlled by money. If you are choosing something only...
You can't help people with money. I would agree that people who do believe in money and all see this meaningless paper, for example, or some numbers in your bank account as something worthy. I do agree that if you're able to trade this worthless paper with other people who believe in its worth, then you could buy food for some people. It does help. Indirectly, you can use this belief to help, yes.
On the factor of how much money is involved, you've just made the wrong decision. What you will find is that when you follow your heart and you lead with your intention to serve others, to give your best to others every single time, when you follow your intuition and truly give your soul, then the money will come. And it will come in far greater amounts than if you simply chase money for the sake of chasing money. So challenge yourself to live the life you want to live.
That sounds like some kind of affirmation nonsense that girls listen to. If you want something, then you gotta do something to get it. That's nature. You cannot believe in it or get lucky in life. Yes, things happen coincidentally, but listening to some stupid video isn't gonna change anything in your life. It's not as if the points overall were terrible. It's just that his view of how to get it is to listen to his video with the music in the background. People who listen to these kind of videos probably also listen to subliminals, affirmations, like I said, and all of the nonsense. Their mindset is, if I believe that I deserve everything, then it will come to me. My dreams will come true as long as I truly believe in them. Everybody's going to accept me as long as I accept myself. Nature would absolutely crush you. It would crush your dreams. But yes, in this modern slave society, you will be able to survive and maybe even be sort of accepted by everybody. But weakness like that would never be accepted in nature. Thanks for watching.